The largest lending platform still standing is cutting out a huge chunk of their consumer base, their user base. They're exiting a big country. Which country is that? Also, Maxine Waters is calling out Sam Bankman-Fried. She invited him to the committee meeting on the 13th, and we're going to see what she said to his response yesterday. Also, Vampire Squid is entering crypto. There's a lot to talk about here, a lot more. Also, what's happening with Gemini. So before we get into it, if you guys are enjoying these videos, you find them to be helpful, I appreciate it if you hit the like button and hit subscribe, because we're putting out videos every single day. If you want even more information on what we're doing with our cryptocurrencies, I highly recommend you got to check out the CT Club. A link to that is down below in the video description. You get access to things like our cryptocurrency portfolios, trade alerts, market updates, how we're storing our cryptos, basically how we're navigating this bear market, and even what we're looking to invest in for the next bull run, because yes, we believe there's going to be another bull run. So first off, I have to say Nexo. You guys are always like, oh, what do you think of Nexo? Turns out they are going to be exiting the US. They will be cutting out all of their US users, will no longer be able to use their service because they're citing basically a lack of understanding, a lack of flexibility of anything from U.S. regulators. They're trying to work with them, and it was just becoming too difficult. They were providing everything they were being asked for, and still they were giving a hard time by the regulators. So Nexo will no longer be available to you as a U.S. customer. This will be phased out over the next several months, but get your coins out while you still can. This is your warning. Also, Maxine Waters, 2 days ago, she tweeted to Sam Bankman-Fried saying, hey, Sam, it would be really amazing if you could come to our hearing and just let us know all what happened so that your customers, the investors, and just the general American public can benefit from what happened. Sam replied saying, you know, I feel it's my duty to go to this committee meeting, but only after I learn exactly what happened, because he doesn't know what happened yet. And he was like, you know, I don't know if I'm going to know that by the 13th or not. So whenever I figure it out, I'll let you know and we can reschedule. Maxine said basically today, Sam, based on the fact that you're the CEO of FTX and all of your plethora of media interviews you've been doing the past several weeks, we think you know plenty to be able to attend this committee meeting and shed some light on what really happened. So sounds like she's not buying it, but a lot of people are saying, you know what, if you really want him to show up, you're gonna have to subpoena him and get him in legally, not just voluntarily. Speaking of, FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried are being investigated by a huge number of different agencies like the SEC, the Department of Justice, and many others. So he's getting looked at, but they're saying it's going to take years to get evidence, all of the evidence collected, obviously. How much evidence they need to lock up Sam is a different story for how much evidence they need, you know, to present a winning case against him. So I think it's just a matter of time before he gets arrested. But I mean, I don't know. I'm still pretty skeptical based on the types of friends that he has made politically this past couple of years through his political donations. $1 billion to the Democratic Party. Also, and he covered both bases. He also made donations to the Republicans as well, but he knew that that wasn't maybe politically correct, and he kept that one off the record, apparently. A lot of things were kept off the record. That's why they're having such a hard time collecting any evidence. Also, heads up about Gemini. They have now hired legal counsel to represent their creditors committee in trying to get their funds back from Genesis. Remember, Genesis owes Gemini and its users $900 million. There's some sticklers on there. These people saying, oh no, Genesis doesn't owe Gemini $900 million. They owe Gemini's customers. Well, guess what? When you deposit funds onto a custodial platform, read the terms and conditions, and you will learn that you have become an unsecured creditor, And actually, you are giving your funds ownership to that company. So that's what everyone's learning. Maybe these are some Gemini users that thought that they were safe on that centralized platform, that one wouldn't go wrong. It doesn't have the same fundamental flaws of custodianship. But so anyway, I think it's a lesson that will continue to be learned going forward. Also, we have Jim Cramer saying it's never too late to dump a losing investment. He's basically saying get rid of your crypto while you still can, while it's still worth anything.
Bullish.
What happened to his call on Lehman Brothers? Oh, wait, that's right. I called him out on that, and that's why he blocked me on Twitter. Also, Peter Schiff, do you remember him 2-3 weeks ago saying that crypto is extinct? Now he's saying Bitcoin could go to $5,000. So he still thinks it's at least worth $5,000. Peter, I thought it was extinct. Obviously, Peter is anti-crypto. His son is hedging his own family by being into crypto. Both of them are pretty attention-seeking, if you get my drift. So anyway, Peter's trying to keep himself relevant by talking about crypto. Also, the IMF is trying to say how crypto is so irrelevant, and yet they're the ones mentioning it like hundreds of times in their publications. Furthermore, there has been a report or, a poll of wealthy investors in South Korea who have no plans to invest in cryptocurrencies because they don't have the trust for it anymore. And that's fine for them for now, because you know what? They're going to be buying at higher prices because Vampire Squid is buying cryptocurrency companies. Goldman Sachs, for those of you who don't know. They're looking at spending tens of millions of dollars on crypto companies. They're already starting to do their due diligence on some companies as well. So they're calling these more sensible prices for them to get into crypto. So for everyone who's saying crypto, the whole thing is a Ponzi scheme. The whole thing is a scam. It's all going to go down. You need to know these are people that never invested in the first place and are looking for any kind of gratification or assurance that they made the right decision. We all know it was the wrong decision. It's a perfect example of most people can't think for themselves. Most people can't go against what the crowd is saying. And for those who can, who have risk tolerance and have the ability to take on risk at all financially, this is an amazing opportunity for investment. Dollar cost averaging is probably the best investment strategy for any long-term holders. For the people who are talking to Jim Cramer and he's encouraging people to stop hodling, you got to tune that out. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Heidi. This is Crypto Tips. I'll see you tomorrow.